All right, I was going to kill a turkey with those, but we'll just make those into meaty stew. Now, once your stuff gets into the yellow, it's starting to go into heaven. To heaven, gets to green, it's spoiled. Or not green, but red. Okay, what we've done by cooking it, it kind of brings its freshness back up. If you put it in a crock pot, it brings its freshness back up some more. Now, if this is too much explanation or whatever, feel free to, and I don't mean that in a mean way. It just, it occurred to me that I'm getting notes from people that are playing this on, and this is shift left click on the PC. But getting notes from people that are playing this on PS4. And I don't know how much that equates to this. Thinking about just turning those. I'm going to make a torch on GPs. Oh, hounds might be an issue too now that I think about it. Alright, if you're around a campfire at night, you might as well take your headgear off instead of wearing it down. I might not need that torch yet.
Alright, there's our sewing kit. We don't need to do that yet. Since we don't have, since we don't have food for healing because we don't have fish sticks or anything like it, let's, if we have stone, we'll make salve. Salve's only 20 hit points. It's pretty lame, but it's better than nothing. Oh, you're not as empty as you could be, buddy. Alright, 49. 111. Now, the berry bushes, a good way to have food stored for the winter is to leave the berries on the berry bushes. So, because they'll obviously keep on the bush all winter.
Now, if we have enough stones, we can make a heat stone. I should have planned better. I really wanted to explore and see if we could come up with something on... that scared the you-know-what out of me. All right, we have 9 stones. So, do we make healing set? We could go get stone. Now, I'm not sure where. Let me... You lazy fat weasels. You're as bad as pigs. Oh. Gracious, good to be back with Maxwell. When we're at a dead point so I can actually be serious, let me blow my nose first. There's another issue with Maxwell. Now, originally Maxwell's World, he's getting almost 500 hits. And I'm not real worried about numbers one way or another, but 500 hits means that people are enjoying the series, or watching it anyway. And this is my old Woody hat from the Woody series. Let's see what I want to say. But my intention with Maxwell was to show you the shadow creatures, and that was it, because he has no sanity issues, and there's not much else to do with Maxwell. He's a very unique character in the game. Now, somebody recently asked me if where my Windy playlist was, and there isn't one. I've never done a Windy playlist. I played her, oh gracious, way back when they did some test maps that were just a stone booger, and I died in 7 days. It was a long time ago. But I'd kind of like to do a Windy playlist, but to do that, I can't do WX and Wilson and, Maxwell and Windy. But if you'd like to see Windy instead of Maxwell, send me a note. There's nothing going to happen overnight. It's just kind of a side note. I looked at Wickerbottom, and she never did have that higher ratings. I love the character, but you know, there's a bunch of characters I enjoy, so that's no big deal. I may revisit her world just since the PS4 thing is out. I think she's a character a lot of people will never play, and they're going to miss an experience. She is, I think, except for maybe WX, I think Wickerbottom is the most overpowered figure in the game after you get to mid-game. Okay, let's get back to this, and now I have no idea what the hell I was doing. Okay. Oh, we were going to make a heat stone. Alright, survival. Now, some people think I have all this crap in my head, but I don't. Alright, there's a salve I was talking about. Okay, what am I lacking here? I need 1 stone. You're kidding me. Come on, slack smell. Oh, and I was collecting evil flowers, kind of, wasn't I? Huh. Now, I think corn is one of the few things that gives you more food value raw than cooked. Hey, pingies. Now, if you don't go around, you don't get all these pingies like this. Alright, where's my pick? Alright, that's enough for the heat stone. Now, those little white bumps are mushrooms. Now, there's a mod where it tells you how cold you are because it depends on time of day and whether it's snowing or not. I'll have to look that up because I don't want to give you any bad information. But there are different degrees of snowing, of cold. Sure. Oh, that's right. Okay, never mind. And people ask me why I don't dig those up with a shovel. And if you dig them up with a shovel, they don't come back. So you've killed that mushroom forever. I'm going to use that for the fire just for the hell of it. I don't normally. Well, I'm probably going to start because they're not good for much else. Okay, first crystals. When you get the first crystals around the edge, this is going to be, like I said, I'm sorry about all this if you know it all, but...
It occurred. Oh, one other thing. There's a ton of old videos that show different ways to do things, because there were... this was up in beta a long time and just played to death in beta, so there's all kinds of stuff from... And some of it would be obvious. You can look at your screen and see that you don't have a sanity meter, so you know it was before that. But some of them are less obvious. Somebody asked me back in video 410 in the course series what I was using to attack, and I was probably using spacebar because at one time spacebar picked up things. It was your action key, and it was also your attack key, and they split them out. Right now on PC, it's F, but you can go to your options at the beginning, and you can change that. You can tie it to whatever the heck you like to enjoy using. So, I mean, make the game yours. You bought it. Darn, now I forgot it again. Oh, but anyway, a lot of those videos will have stuff that don't apply anymore or can't be done. I used to always, when I was starting the game, I always wore a backpack and carried a backpack for the double carrying capacity. And boy, they came down on that like death. It was like anything that made the game easy, they were just death about. I love the game, but loving the game does not mean you have to agree with some of the dumbass decisions that were made, like getting rid of a lot of blue gems. If you didn't want a lot of blue gems in your game, throw them away or don't go harvest them. But anyway, same thing with a backpack. If you think it's OP to wear one and carry one, don't do it. Okay, but we were talking about crystals. I did remember. Okay, so, gosh, I didn't think the Woody hat would make me smarter. It makes me want to go down to the lumberjack camp and check out Ladiesville Repute and drink hard liquor. First crystals are a warning. Nothing happens. They're a warning that you need to, like, drop a stick and burn it or whatever to raise your temperature. What you're wearing is basically insulation. So the winter hat is tier 2. The Tam is tier 2 winter gear. The beefalo hat is tier 3. I'm not sure what earmuffs are. If Wiki's not being a beast or Google, I'll see if I can look it up. Gracious, I wonder. Well, let's look at earmuffs. The thing about the winter hat is it also helps your sanity, and people go, well, that doesn't seem to be helping your sanity much, but it does add up. All right, earmuffs are tier 1, but you see I've been motoring around with just the earmuffs on, but it's early winter too. So, insulation factor of 60 on earmuffs. So, earmuffs tier 1, Tams and winter hats tier 2, beefalo hat tier 3. There's puffy vests and stuff like that, but I mostly ignore stuff that you cannot use and have a backpack or armor. That's the trade-off, and there's no. We could add a winter. Well, I was thinking about doing McTusk in times going by. Well, I don't need the heat stone, but to make that easier. So first crystals, no big deal. Warning is big deal. Warning. Second crystals, I think you lose 1 hit point a second.
When a second layer of ice crusts over the edges. And I've been playing and not seen the difference sometimes, and that might be my old eyes. Oh, most often asked question on this channel ever is, how old are you? I'm now 61. I turned 61 last month. Anyway, when a second layer of ice crust forms over the edges, body temperature less than 0, the character starts to take 1.25 damage each second. Each second. It will kill the crap out of you. Freezing stops soon after the player finds a sufficient heat source. So there you go. Equipping a torch, they've always said, helps, and it's like, it's really, really marginal. I mean, really marginal. Now, at first, people used to carry pine cones, and they'd plant a tree and go that, and I should have had that out of my hand. But then people just started dropping the pine cones. Pingies will hide their eggs if you come up on them. Okay, pingies. They have eggs, and they'll hide them if you come up to them. Now, if you steal their eggs or attack a single pingy, all the pingies will come after you. And they will kill you. A gang attack. I'm sorry, but that's funny just to say. A gang attack by penguins is no joke. I'm sorry. I don't even know what I'm doing now. Alright, why can't I make it now? Oh, because I have my pick equipped. You're just being awful fussy. Oops. It's time for me to take a break here. Now what don't we have? Oh, alchemy machine. Cool. Okay, so 10 stones. A pick, whether it's used or not. 3 flint. Has to be by the fire to warm up. And I'd really appreciate it if you read the... boy, that doesn't look very close to the fire, Wilson. And it turns various colors as it warms up. I think there used to be transference penalties, like if you picked it up, I'm going to get your eggs. Now, there's a thing in Wiki that says the last 3 days the penguins are alive. They will attack you. They become aggressive. Now, I've never seen that myself, but I have no reason to doubt it. So, alright, do I have any backpack room? Do you mean it's full now or what? Yeah, you lied to me, Saka. Where's my food? Alright, see, there's all our berries, and now, oh crud, I didn't manure them all. I'm just a bad planter. Alright, there used to be a transference penalty on this thing. That if you, and it used to be if you had it in your backpack, it didn't work. It had to be in your inventory. Oh, I should have burned that thing. We'll put you there. Now, if you do this by a campfire, throw like flammables down, they will flammable. So you don't want to do that. Oh, do we need berries? Kind of torn. I wouldn't mind hunting for widget. Oh, and get off. Take the winter gear off. Okay, I was gonna say I wouldn't mind harvesting berries in the daytime because we could maybe get a turkey. Well, you lied a lot, Maxwell. Alright, see, it's orangey now. Let me go ahead and read that stuff if I can get to it. And then we'll call it a video at daylight. Its maximum temperature is 60 degrees centigrade. 5 visual states corresponding to the following temperature ranges from coolest to hottest. Freezing, it's white. Blue, it's, anyway, you get the point. Blue is next up from freezing, then gray. That's where I used to screw up. I never realized there was a gray and a blue. All right, yellow, it's useful, and glowing orange, it's useful. That's the maxed. Fully charged stone, along with providing a lot of warmth, also creates a small radius of light. Now, that light doesn't last long, and it will keep Charlie off you, but boy, it doesn't last long at all. So if you want to run out like to chase music box hands or something, it's fine for that, but don't count on it for a light. Okay, at its coldest state, the heat stone actually freezes a player. So it's advised to remove it from inventory when in its state. Now, that used to mean put it in your backpack, but I'd swear they made it so it affected you, warmed you up in the backpack or in the inventory. If anybody knows, let me know. Because I'd swear they switched that over. Oh. Now, you can find changes if they bother to post them in version history and wiki. So, I don't know if that helps you in the backpack or not. I swear they made that change. Now, if you're not Maxwell, if you're like Wilson, and you have like 3 or 4 healing things, you can, and 2 suits of armor, you can tank deer clops. Alright. Yeah, see, now it's snowing. Let's see, did I wind up? Yeah, I wound up with stones. Now, I don't know if I have salve open or not. Yeah, I do, so it doesn't really matter. Now, these are kind of, see, there's the heat stone warming up. These are kind of not really worth much, but they're better than nothing. Any healing can be worth, you know, better than nothing. Let's make one of these a healing chest. And pick up that axe. I know I said I was gonna get your eggs. Back when your attack key was oh, I don't have rotten eggs for these, for the gunpowder. So this won't do us any good anyway. I was just thinking we could blow up deer clops, but without rotten eggs, that's not going to happen. Unless I know I was going to collect some. I don't know if I did or not. Gunpowder is niter, charcoal, and rotten eggs. Rotten eggs are basically intended to be sulfur. Yeah, sulfur. Oh, I wanted to get those berries too. Boy, I'm just everywhere again. Alright, do we have rotten eggs? I'm going to have to come back just on fraps and figure out where my rear end and my head are.